Hey Taurus Collective, what's up y'all? Happy Thursday. I hope you all are doing amazing, bull gang. Let's get 3 cards for you. Okay. We got Hype, number 49. It says, talks about it but doesn't be about it. Liar, talks a big game but does not follow through. Big flirt and player mentality. Somebody could be 49 years old, or you could be dealing with somebody that's 49. So you're dealing with somebody that is all talk, no action. Now understand, excuse me, goodness. I'm going to see if this might be something going on within you. Because y'all know I like to push the boundaries a little bit. I don't like to just keep talking about them out there. Because who cares? We're talking about you. So let's see. But for some of you, you could be dealing with somebody who does have a player mentality. Who makes promises they can't keep. Give me 2 more cards for Taurus. We have Orbiting, number 66. Somebody could be like in your energy. A person that, I just heard stood you up. Maybe this person stood you up. So the number 66 could be significant. It says ghost others, but continues to view their social media stories or posts. Gives a false sense of hope for reconciliation. Okay, yeah. But y'all know, like I said, I can't help myself. So I can't see things one-dimensionally. So Taurus, if you're not in a relationship, because I know everybody's not, and I want to be fair. If this is all about you, it could be for some of you twofold. If it's not love, this could be not keeping promises to yourself, maybe flirting with the idea of doing things, but then when it comes time to actually go about doing it, maybe you don't. Okay. And like this is saying that somebody could be like ghosting, but then still watching. So there may be things that, you know, interest you, that you're curious about, and maybe you keep stopping yourself. I'm getting an image in my head of like a scenario where a person, because I've known people like this, and I've done it myself, like where you have really big dreams, you have really big goals and aspirations, but sometimes you feel like, are they too big? Or it sounds good when you say it, but then when it comes time to actually like put it into motion or to try to will it into fruition, it's like you might start having limiting beliefs or, you know, doubting yourself. Something could be like really pulling at you, but maybe you're not acting on it. Okay, give me 1 more card. We'll see what comes out to clarify this, because like I said, I can't just read one-dimensionally, because not everybody is here for love. Doing love readings has become my least favorite thing. Not that I don't like love, but it's just, I know people's lives are much bigger than just worrying about another person. All right, so we have Saucy Spell, number 99, could be significant. It says, enacts revenge by either casting a spell or consulting with dark magic in order to bind them for life or cause pain. Oh. I don't know what the hell that's about. Y'all know I don't like this dark energy. I don't like it at all. Talking about spells and stuff. Was somebody doing spell work? Somebody could be in a dark place. You or somebody that you're connected to could be in a really dark place. I have beliefs about like some of the spiritual terminology. I understand it's like catchy and trendy to say it, you know, like spell work and destiny swapping. It's certain buzzwords in the spiritual community that sometimes get under my skin because they seem like a cheap way to trigger people. And then you get them up in arms and it's like rage baiting. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like a deterrent. Like let's not really dig to see what's going on here. So I'm going to try to read this in a different way. Even though, I mean, listen, I understand people do spell work. I get it. But I don't believe spell work works. Not in the sense of controlling somebody else's destiny or fate, unless you allow somebody to control your destiny or fate. Because everything that when people do this type of stuff, it backfires on them, whether immediately or in the long run. And they will hope it's immediately, because the longer it takes, like they say, revenge is a dish best served cold, because the longer that it takes, it's going to be even worse for them. So there could be people indulging in dark magic, and you know what? More power to them. Knock yourself out. do your dark magic, because you can't block other people's blessings. You know, one of the things I just struggle with spirituality, spiritual community, the tarot community, is all of this fixation on the dark energy makes it seem like the dark can actually combat the light, and it can't. It simply can't. Now, it doesn't mean that people won't try, but people can try, and that's their business. So we got snooze fest. Number 77. It says engages in shallow, repetitive conversations with little depth. Lacks original thinking or often complains about the same things. See, that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like, I feel like this is boring. This energy here, people who's doing spell work, destiny swapping, all that. Look, ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody has time for it, because it's like, it gets tired after a while. Like, how many times can you say that? How many times can you hear that? And then you keep reiterating it or listening to it over and over. It becomes a mantra, and now you're empowering that energy. So if any of you are here and y'all watching that type of content, I'm not telling you what to watch. You can watch what you want to watch, but I'm saying on my channel, we don't give power to people outside of ourselves. Yeah, look at this. Superstition. See? Look at that. It says extremely cautious, suspicious of others and their ulterior motives, constantly questions and doubts, and requires others to prove themselves. Number 11. I don't like that. And then mirroring. And I feel like that's what it is when you do have spell work done on you, because people do spell work. But do they truly have power? Do they truly have power? Most people don't even know how to use spells for themselves in a positive way. So I don't believe that. I do think that people try. And like I said, let them do what they do, because they're just creating their own karma. And that's a fact. Because this mirroring is stuff bouncing right back to them. Like I said, things return to sender. I believe it's immediately, but the 3D is slow. So it may take a minute for it to come. So it says here, issues are being mirrored and brought to light. Flaws are being illuminated, revealing patterns, and like attracts like. So if you are indeed dealing with some kind of force like that, Spirit is pointing out here, we keep getting this mirroring energy. So when we get mirroring, you have to look in the mirror yourself, because that's what the person is. Now, that doesn't mean you're doing spell work or anything like that, but they could be mirroring back to you your superstitions, your fears. I try to empower my audience, because I don't believe in this stuff. And I don't say that to suggest that I don't believe that people try it. I know they do. And because I am a seer, I know they even have done it to me. But it don't work, because I don't give it power. I just don't. It's like, you can do what you want to do, person. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. People are crazy out here. This spiritual community has become weird. What are y'all talking about? Let's see what's going on here. Talks about it, but doesn't be about it. Liar. What is this? The 6 of Cups. Scorpio energy. The Knight of Wands. It kind of came out, in reverse, but I feel like I'm going to take it this way. Yeah, this could definitely be somebody that's like selling dreams. The Knight of Wands is a player, and it says player mentality and a big flirt. So you know what this gives me? This is a person that's in and out of your life, a Scorpio or Sagittarius for some of you. They could just have those placements in their chart. It doesn't have to be their sun sign. But this person could play music. They could be an athlete. This person is tall, if it's a man. Tall, handsome, very charming, charismatic. There's good memories here. There's history here. There's a sense of nostalgia. And I feel like what happens with this person is the same thing I've been telling y'all last couple of weeks. You pull away from them, they come running towards you. Because the Knight of Wands is somebody in hot pursuit, okay, chasing you down. Because he likes the thrill of the chase. So this is a person that has to miss you. Like, absence makes the heart grow fonder, and then here they come. Now, for some of you, this may be a person that you have yet to meet. And for the other story, if this is not about love, and this is like the way that you are in your own head, like your own internal dialogue or monologue is in stark contrast to what you bring to the outside world. Like, you have maybe dreams about doing something, maybe even a childhood dream here. And then it's like when it comes time to face the challenges and be brave and you really be up for the challenge, like, do you revert back to like old ways? For some of you, this is ancestral. Some of you, this could be your child's father. Somebody could have a set of twins here, or somebody could be a twin. Somebody could also be having issues with a cousin or a brother for some reason. Yeah, Seven of Swords. This is like a liar. This is deception. This is a thief. But this is also that monitoring energy. So this is the person orbiting that watches you. Could be online. Three of Wands. Could be in Aries. And you got Aquarius moon. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles. They orbit. They hold on to you to keep you as an option. Capricorn energy. Okay. Whatever, person. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I was hearing this song too when I pulled the hype card. And I think it's so funny. I saw a video on YouTube, a clip of the movie House Party, right? It was like a dancing scene from, I think, the original House Party movie. And the song was called Ain't My Type of Hype. And as soon as I turned this over, I thought about that. But I saw a clip of that the other day. There might be a dancer or something here. Now, what's the story of this man here? I don't know why I can't think of his name. I know somebody's going to know it. But I believe that, didn't he get incarcerated for, like, I don't know if it was because he was being intimate with white women when that was illegal, or if it was that he married or was dating somebody that was underage. I think that he stayed married to that woman too. I believe she was underage. I could be wrong. I don't know why I can't think of his name, because I know who he is. That's crazy that I can't think of it. Somebody will tell me. All right. Somebody could play the guitar here or be a musician. The Fool. Yeah, Aquarius energy. This could be a person that's definitely about to reach out to you, wants a new start with you. And then the Four of Pentacles, because they hold on to your energy. Capricorn energy. For some of you, this may not play out until the end of the year. I was going to say when the two Capricorn cards came out, it may be around like Christmas time. Or the top of the year, New Year's, or whatever, that this person might come in. Maybe they're going to ask you to go out with them somewhere, do something. Because this is like expect the unexpected. Both of these cards mean expect the unexpected. And I feel like this person is so unpredictable and reckless. That's kind of what it's showing me. They could also have an ex-person that they run back to. Or this could just be them showing up as your ex. Queen of Swords. Yeah, but you're time enough for them. There's two feminine energies here that can be significant. Aries and Libra energy. Mars and Venus. You got that black cat energy. You had the black cat, right? Is there a message in that? Let me see what that black cat says again. Because there could be a message there. You could be mirroring this person. You know, the Queen of Swords is the same archetype, the same person essentially as the Justice card. This is about, you know, checking biases and making sure you're being impartial, seeing both sides of a situation. She's a balance of logic and emotion. She's a spirit of discernment. And so mirroring could be that, you know, her sword is up. When I see the swords up, I feel like somebody's thinking. I feel like you're kind of like, you're adopting this person's behaviors and thought processes when it's in relation to them, not to, you know, towards anyone else, but when it comes to them, I feel like you're like, okay, it's cool, like this person is, you know, giving me false hope, or they've done these particular things to me, so, you know, the only thing that I can do is just keep my cool, keep my composure, and just be as stern as I can, because this is, you know, stoicism. So like, I'm going to show you what you've been showing me. This is very blunt and direct energy as well. Can be sometimes giving people the cold shoulder, but it also represents like really high standards and your non-negotiables, and being the voice of reason as well. But I feel like with this sword up, this could be a person that you are still willing to communicate with. Maybe you have something that you want to say to them. I got makeup on my card. That you want to say to them. But I feel like whatever you're doing with this person, that's all talk, no action, is pretty much the same thing. You could even intentionally make a promise to them and break it just to show them how it feels. That could be what it is, because you could be in this dark feminine energy. Yeah, maybe you're going to give them some high hopes. Because that's what this is. Maybe a high hopes for a reconciliation. and maybe leading with your feminine wiles here. Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands is giving me like you know exactly what you're doing, and you are embodying this dark feminine energy, this black cat energy. And you know the black cat is all about being chased. The golden retriever in the black cat scenario is all about being chased, and you have the chaser right here. The Knight of Wands loves the thrill of the chase. So that could be what you're doing. You could be slightly older than this person, Taurus, because you're showing up as queens. They're showing up as the Fool and the Knight. So you could be a little bit older. Maybe not a whole bunch, but you could just be 5-10 years older or something like that. You don't have to be, but you could be. But anyway, so this superstitious card again says extremely cautious and suspicious of others and their ulterior motives, constantly questions and doubts, and requires others to prove themselves. Yeah, that's the discernment. Queen of Swords. It's like you have already probably gone through this. High hopes, expectations that this person didn't live up to. So now you're learning to manage them. She has a spirit of discernment, but she's also about being assertive, being analytical. And she is cautiously optimistic. She represents a person that's kind of like side-eyeing you. Like, I like you, or I'm curious about you, or you're curious about me, but I have to figure you out. So for some of you, maybe you're just in the talking stages right now, and you're already feeling this way about somebody. Yeah, that could be what this is. Interesting. All right, so let's see what orbiting is. If it's about if that was, of those messages that just came out was about something that's not love, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. What was the other card? I shuffled them back in. Oh, the Seven of Cups. That could be, again, like daydreaming about something, having high hopes about something, having on rose-colored glasses. Like I said, maybe something you've wanted to do since childhood, but it does require a level of confidence. Radical self-acceptance is the Queen of Wands. And it talks about being unapologetically you. If you got it, flaunt it, having audacity. She represents the Lilith woman. That's why you got the black cat there. She represents that mother of femininity that, you know, was Adam's first wife in the biblical sense. And how she was very much not with the program, okay? She felt like she wanted to do things daring. She wanted to be her own woman. She wanted to be brave. She wanted to go her own way. Maybe that's why you got the Fool and the Knight of Wands. Unpredictability. That could be something that you're suppressing in yourself, though, with the Four of Pentacles. That talks about holding back and being conservative. So that could be a message as well. And for some of you, it could have a lot to do with your upbringing, your youth. Because the Six of Cups is like, you know, the foundation of your life. Maybe you used to be a lot more outgoing or whatever, and maybe you're trying to tap back into that. It's some baggage I see that you're dropping too, that you've been holding on to. For some of you, I see an opportunity coming in financially if money has been tight for you, but it's going to require you to be brave and bold and go for it. There's a person here that I feel like has sweet feelings for you. I feel like they look at like pictures of you, text messages, like they reflect on you a lot. But this person is showing up as like somebody that can't control their passions, and they also hold grudges. And we talked about this either on my other channel last week or this very channel. I can't remember, but I talked about how somebody was holding on to something, and y'all know we are in like that foreshadowing of the Mercury retrograde, right? So that's like 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, you can still have the effects of the retrograde. So I'm wondering if there's something going on with that retrograde energy where there's been miscommunication or something between you and another person. Maybe it wasn't even that they ghosted. Maybe, I think I said this. Somebody calls, the other person doesn't get the call. It doesn't even come through. That happens with me a lot, that people tell me they call me and I don't have a call from them. So I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. But for some of you, it could be something like that, because, you know, Mercury retrograde does bring, you know, communication issues, technology issues, all of those type of things. It also brings exes back, you know, to test you. Okay, so let's see. Who's orbiting the King of Cups? Somebody that has feelings for you. Yeah, Elton John here. Scorpio energy, Scorpio moon. You got the World card, all these majors. You got the Justice card. That's the mirroring energy. And you got the Hangman. You have nothing but majors here. So what is this person doing right now? We got Stevie Wonder here. He's a Taurus. This is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Capricorn energy. This person could watch you online for sure, because it says here that they continue to view your social media. And the thing is, like, they get high off of that. Like, it makes them feel complete. Just being able to see you. Now, what would be the significance of Stevie being here? Because Stevie is blind, and this card is about the internet, the world. So I wonder if they're using a fake profile or something that you can't see, something that you would not put together with them. The Hangman and the Justice card. So it's like, if you're not speaking, I do feel like this person does stay in touch with you energetically through social media or some kind of way. For some of you, it's just pictures and text messages and things that you have, shared between the two of you. So a Libra is here. Pisces is here. The Hangman does represent the fall season. Does represent seeing things from a different perspective. And so, like I said, you mirroring them, giving them back their own energy. Like it says here, that you're mirroring. The Hangman is that they're changing their mind about you or seeing you in a different perspective. It's like, what I don't like about this, though, is that who wants somebody that has to keep losing them to miss them, to need them? Like, you want somebody to want to be with you. Look, the sun. Yeah, look at this. You want reciprocity. Taurus energy. You want the genuine article. You want somebody that makes you happy, somebody that's happy within themselves, somebody that brings you joy, not somebody that's bringing you bullcrap, especially because you give them joy. And this is a card of mirroring as well. It usually has the scales of justice, just like the Justice card. Bruce Springsteen. Someone's name could be Bruce. Who else do you have here? Well, you got Stevie. That could be Steven or something like that. His name is Steveland. But I don't know who this person is. I really don't know who that is. I also feel like when I look at the Six of Pentacles, Pentacles do represent seeds. They do represent investments. To create harvest, to create something bountiful, something beautiful. And then I see the sun here. You need the sun, obviously, to grow your crops and things of that nature, right? So I just feel like this could be somebody here that's realizing without you that they feel they don't have that vibrant energy, that vitality, your life force, though. But it's like, who wants to give their life force to somebody and it not be reciprocated? You know, the sun is the energy of creativity, beauty, attraction, magnetism. So I do feel like this is showing me that for some of you, this person that has been acting crazy to you actually is attracted to you. But the thing is, why don't they reciprocate? Because sometimes the Six of Pentacles is breadcrumbing. I am getting a strong message here that you are like returning the favor, though, Taurus. I do feel that way. I also want you to know, if this is not love, if this is something that you're waiting on, if you do feel like you're in limbo, I feel like Spirit is saying that something is happening like in divine timing. I don't know why the Justice card is not divine timing, but it feels like that to me. It's like balance being restored here and some level of completion to a cycle. This could be you saying here, I'm cool. I've regulated my emotions. I've healed myself. Again, a spirit of discernment, much like the Queen of Swords. You could be like, I understand who you are and what you're doing. Because the King of Cups understands, people's motivations for why they do things. I want y'all to notice that he is sitting with his legs in the water. The water is going around his legs. Now, when that happens, that means that somebody's in their feelings. But maybe what's happening here is that you're trying to get over that. Or your person is just saying that they're in their feelings because of something that happened between you two. I really feel like it's a miscommunication. I really do. Somebody needs to do some shadow work here. I don't think it's you, Taurus. Not to say that you can't do shadow work, but I feel like this other person, possibly a Pisces. Yeah, so they could see, like, something could become crystal clear to them. That, they need to learn how to reciprocate. If they want somebody to keep investing in them, then they have to invest too. It's like you can't just have the emotions and just sit on them. King of Cups can also be somebody holding a grudge, though. Much like this Four of Pentacles. Could be a 4-year relationship or age difference showing up here. Somebody could be 30 years old. Okay, so the saucy spell is the Hierophant. You see what I mean? See, this is your faith, your belief system. And like I said, if you have your own faith, your own belief system, whatever somebody else is doing in some sinister way, can it really penetrate you? The Hierophant is high vibrational. It represents, religion, faith, spirituality, but in a traditional sense. And this is holding the keys to heaven here. This is also a guide for some of you, and this can actually represent spirit. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's blocked immediately. You see how that goes? So I feel like, look, whatever this person is doing, if you believe, because this is your belief system, if you believe that they can affect you, they can. But that's your own mind. I always tell y'all, ain't nothing going on in the outside world. All of it is a reflection of your mind. That's it. That's it. That's truly it. So I'm going to keep reiterating this because I know I always have new people coming in, or maybe people who can't grasp it, because it took me a while being a Taurus, being practical, being like set in my ways and having my belief system. When I first got into manifestation and stuff, I could get it as a concept intellectually, but when it came time for me to actually in the real world apply it to my life and see things come to fruition, I had a hard time initially because my mind is so pragmatic. You got to prove it to me, right? I don't believe that until I see it, but you got to see it before you can believe it, because when you see it first, you're going to believe it because it's going to show up. And I promise you, I could go down the laundry list of things that have happened in just like the last 5 years that will blow your mind. And they don't make any logical sense at all. Any logical sense at all. I also want to say something probably already backfired on somebody who was trying to get revenge on you, doing spell work or whatever they call themselves doing, crazy people. Because the Hierophant can be about when you know better, you do better, like a spiritual lesson that somebody's learned. And maybe because it's like, okay, Taurus is protected and you messing with the wrong one. You have a lot of rank in the spiritual world when you show up as the Hierophant, Taurus. Yeah, this is being exalted. So you are an exalted one, like a chosen one. And so whomever this person is that could have tried to do this, just know it will backfire on them. I believe it already has. And it's like we don't delight in people getting their stuff back because we don't have to. Because my thing is, don't even be moved by what they do. The 10 of Cups. Okay, so this could be for some of you a family member. This could definitely be a group of people too that participated in this, or for some of you it could be a spouse. For some of you there's a marriage showing up here. These two are marriage. It says enact revenge by either casting a spell or consulting with dark magic in order to bind them for life or cause pain. Interesting. Somebody can have something on their bloodline here, and I don't feel like it's you. I feel like it's somebody else, Taurus, because I feel like this is spirit saying you're fine, you're protected. They could be trying to attack your relationships though, because the 10 of Cups can be like the, nuclear family. So this could be something on the home front for you. I see it as a home as well. For some of you, you could be finding right now that if you are trying to secure a new place to live, maybe you do feel like you've been running into some red tape. Hierophant represents red tape because it's like dealing with organizations, paperwork, like, the technical side of things. Think about even like a building, like trying to meet the, what do you call it? Like to stay compliant and meet the guidelines, because this is like guidelines and all of that as well. But somebody could also be a part of a group here. Maybe these people are like in a cult or something like that. I see this person as like a guru. Somebody could be taking leadership from the wrong person. So some of you, it's a family member, or like I said, a spouse or something. Or this is a person that's where they're trying to do this spell when it comes to your love life or your home life. It's not working. Yeah, look at this, 5 of Wands. This is revenge. This is drama, chaos, jealousy. If you work in what was I about to say? If you work in an environment where there's a lot of competition, this could be, think competitive sports or, sales or something like that. If you work in an environment where you have to compete with other people, it kind of feels like this could be where this is showing up for some of you. So it could be like a jealous coworker, but it could be a jealous anybody. Sometimes this represents outside forces. So I do wonder if somebody is in some kind of cult or something here. Because the Hierophant, though it is positive, it is coming out with saucy spell. So that could mean that somebody is a part of some group. This is social groups. And maybe even in their bloodline or something. And they're trying to create some chaos and some drama in your life. This is also controversy. So I'm wondering if somebody is working a job. Okay, I'll give you all an example of what I'm seeing here. I saw a story on TikTok where the woman was saying that she had started seeing this guy. She went to his house and everything. He cooked for her. Y'all probably have seen it. And he was married, but he didn't tell her. So his wife found out that he had been messing with this woman. She came to the woman's job, caused this big commotion, like the Five of Wands, commotion, fighting, being loud and arguing and stuff, because she was upset with her instead of being upset with the husband who cheated. Right? The woman's like, I never knew he was married. I've been to his house. And she's like, what house? Well, come to find out, they do like Airbnb, or they have several different properties. So he took the side chick to one of the other properties or whatever. So the wife got so upset. She ended up getting the woman fired, to make a long story short. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's like, so I would say don't fall for the rage baiting. Don't fall for it. Yeah, look at this, the work. Supervisor. Page of Cups, because you could be innocent in a situation, but somebody bringing some drama to your workplace environment could create some changes here. So that was just an example. I'm not saying somebody's coming to your job, but this is work. So yeah, but that's the kind of situation I'm getting here, like where you're like innocent in a situation, you don't have anything to do with it. And sometimes when you don't know, right? Obviously all the time when you don't know, but you can't prepare for something if you don't know. But that's what I'm here for. So if this sounds like it could be your story, just make sure you're covering yourself. Now, I feel like you do have spiritual protection here. Some of you have a powerful ancestor that's working with you as a guide. And I feel like this conflict is almost like it's giving me like a mediator. But I feel like it's a spiritual mediator. I don't feel like it's anybody in the flesh. So like I said, it could be an ancestor, it could be a Taurus person. Or you just are very high ranking in the spiritual realm. So this energy doesn't work on people who have rank. I mean, like I said, you hold the keys. This is our major. You hold the keys to heaven. And like I said before, they seal their own fate when they play with this dark magic and stuff. People are crazy out here. They really are. It's really crazy the way people think. Even the way we speak matters. That's spell work too, you know. So that's why I try to be a little careful of what I say and what I speak over you all. And that's why I'm empowering you not to let this get to you. If you do know that there are people who are into this, because there are people who are. But it's like love always wins. Love always wins. All right, let's see. You could also feel like I said before, you're being... You have the Two of Cups here. It could be a couple involved. Could involve a relationship like I was just talking about. This is the institution of marriage. Some of you could really feel like you get a lot of conflicts in your relationships, your marriage, if you are married. You could feel like that's how you feel attacked spiritually. But what I'm telling you is change your thought process, because this is outdated beliefs. And I'm going to tell y'all, I feel like a lot of the stuff that's coming up in these readings on YouTube and maybe even outside of YouTube, I don't know. I see it on TikTok too. It's like, it's a niche now. It's a thing now to just constantly trigger people and to keep them in fight or flight. And I think that's horrible. I think it's horrible to do that to people and say you're helping them. I don't see how that's helping anybody. The way you help people is to let them know that nothing outside of them can control them. It's as simple as that. I don't care, even if you have to do shadow work, because the hangman may be that somebody does need to, submit to something, surrender something that maybe they've been holding on to. And that could include you, Taurus, especially if you feel blockages around your love life. I feel more so than anything, but also with your finances, like a sense of not being stable, or just like holding on to things and feeling like you can't get closure to a situation, because you got the World here, which is closure. Whether that be a person that's inconsistent with you, financial, inconsistencies and your money fluctuating, or like I said, not feeling like you can't ever close the deal, because this is like closing the deal. And I feel with this Ten of Cups, there's some level of emotional fulfillment, domestic bliss, or some kind of wish fulfillment that you have for yourself that you feel could be in conflict. And it could be, like I said, a belief system, or it could be red tape, like barriers to you getting what it is that you want. But that's all about the belief system. So again, when you change your belief system, your life will change. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. 8 of Pentacles. I tell you one thing, your money looks like it's about to be good. Yeah. See, you're about to turn that corner. This 9 of Wands talks about you holding your own, being resilient, being somebody who has a fighting spirit, right? But I also feel like, again, that fight or flight energy with the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands talks about being in survival mode. But look, you're close to, look what you're close to, your manifestation coming in. Oh my God. The Magician, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 6 of Swords, which is your spirit guides. Like I said, you have a lot of protection around you spiritually. It's as simple as that. This is your major, other major here. So they both came out. Taurus, Libra energy, Gemini, Virgo. You got Pisces, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Sagittarius moon. So you are definitely manifesting something, and you're right there on the precipice of it. But you got to persevere and push through that final test, because you are being tested. The Wheel of Fortune is a test, and the 9 of Wands is a test. And these two they do correlate to Sagittarius. So I wonder, didn't I say something about Sagittarius season? No, I said Capricorn. But Sagittarius, Capricorn, I think I said both. Virgo season could be significant. A Virgo person, 8 years, 9 years, or 10 years could be significant to a relationship or a situation. So it feels like what's right now being a work in progress for you. There's something that's coming to fruition for you. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. And it feels like a level of fulfillment, contentment with your money and your love life. You got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Like, this is the highest that you can go with the Pentacles, and this is the highest you can go with the Cups, which is love, relationships, spirituality. And this is your earthly matters, your money, your family, generational wealth. So Spirit is saying this is your birthright. And this is why somebody's saucy spell can't stop it. But you got to just persevere. You got to push through and be resilient, as life does put you through the ebbs and flows. And don't give up on yourself. This was supposed to be an 8-minute video. I done talked for how many minutes? 37. I'm going to let y'all know. And I will see you all the next time, okay? Today is Thursday. I may post on my second channel again tomorrow for all signs. I miss doing that, so I may do that again tomorrow. So just keep your notifications on, because obviously I'll share it here. If you're not subscribed there, even though, go subscribe there. If you haven't, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment if anything resonated, and like the video if you can. Peace.